Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 7v7 custom match here on the most amazing Roxas map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. We'll start with Team 1 on the northwestern side of the map, and then we'll end with Team 2 on the southeastern side of the map. Make sure I circle everybody there. Taking a look at Team 1's southwestern player that's kind of removed. I wouldn't say super isolated, but kind of removed. And then moving north and then east, we have in glow-in-the-dark green, it is Mint Alex playing as a Cybran as a 1400. In tropical ocean blue to his north, we have the Aeon of Sock Full of Kids as a 1300. In ruby red to his east, we have Hoppy Boy playing as a Seraphim as a 900. He must like bunnies, possibly. To his northwest, we have in emerald green, it is Ryguys playing as a Cybran as a 1300. In Chevy Crimson to his east is an Aeon. It is Ruling. He is a 1200. In Barbie Pink to his east, it is Randy Savage playing as an Aeon as well as a 1200. And last but not least for Team 1, we have in Light Oak 10, it is the UEF of Lesauce. He is a 1600. He is the highest rated player on Team 1. He's also tied for the highest rated player overall. So for Team 1 side of the map, in terms of their faction makeup, they have one UEF, if I can do my math right, he has 2 Cybrans, and then 3 Aeon, and then 1 Seraphim. Taking a look at Team 2's isolated play to the west, then moving east and then north, we have in lightest red pink, it is Rector playing as an Aeon. He is a 1500. In Pac-Man yellow to his east, it is Twitchy Muffo playing as UEF as a 1600. He's the highest rated player on his team of Team 2 and tied with Lesauce for the highest rated player overall. To his north in royal blue, we have the UEF of Lord Fappington 69. He is a 400. In the southeastern corner for Team 2, the best color, of course, forest green of Hyper 2001 playing as a Seraphim as an 1100. In Imperial Gray to his north, we have the Aeon of Blarg 6516. He is a 1300. In Rust to his north, we have the Aeon of Off Kilter. He is a 1400. I think I mentioned he is in Rust. And last but not least, in Snow White to his north, it is Sanoman playing as a Cybran as a 1500. So the Team 2 side of the map, they have 2 UEF, 1 Cybran, 3 Aeon, and then 1 Seraphim, which means not only is every faction represented in the game, it is also represented on each team. The only difference between Team 1 and Team 2, Team 1 has 1 UEF and 2 Cybrans. Team 2 has 2 UEF and 1 Cybran. And for these 14 players in this Chaos Saturday game, let's take a look at their reclaim situation, currently sitting at 128,000 mass in reclaim. That is, oh my, that's a lot of reclaim. It is everywhere. I do see these 6,000 mass in the middle of the map. So players are definitely going to be scurrying around the map. And there's reclaim everywhere. There's a little bit of pocket of just kind of no reclaim there, no reclaim there. But for the most part, it is everywhere around the map. So players are definitely going to get those numbers very, very quickly up, 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 up. So there's really no point in specifying which location is best because, again, it is just everywhere around the map. But in terms of 128,000 reclaim, mass in terms of reclaim for 14 players, trying to do math in my head, 9,000, maybe 9,000 mass per player. It's at least 8,000 for sure. It's a lot of mass to go around. And in terms of mexes, I think the map does have a little bit less in terms of the additional mexes on the map. We'll take a look at Team 2 side of the map with their quad mex position in the southwest. And then another one just west of the base for Twitchy Mofo, twin mex here. They also have a quad mex here. And then they have a splattering of mexes up here to the northeast. And there are, of course, the customary one-off mexes dotted in between the players' bases, but for the most part, that's the majority of the mexes. There are some that lie along the middle of the map, but again, more focused on the reclaim, more focused on just grabbing those, very much clumped mexes together and calling it a day for now. Those, again, they're just going to be fought over for a while. Maybe they'll be offline, maybe they won't. We'll see. But usually the middle of the map mexes kind of just get either not forgotten about, but torn apart so much that it just kind of doesn't make it worth it to rebuild them constantly. And with that out of the way, let's take a look at what players are scurrying around the map. We'll take a look at the Northeast. We have 2 players from Team 2 over here, 1 from Team 1. In the middle, we have 2 from Team 1 and then 1 from Team 2. So 2v1 in favor for Team 2 in the Northeast, and then 2v1 in favor for Team 1 in the middle. And then in the Southwest, we have 1v1 with maybe another one inbound from Twitchy, maybe another one inbound from Sock Full of Kids. So a 1v1 here, 2v1 here, and then a 2v1 here, with a couple of players on each team deciding to hang out in their bases. Looks like Hyper and Blarg for Team 2, and then Rye Guys and Team 1's Ruling. We do see Gun start in the middle of the map for Lord Fappington. You get a little bit more aggressive because, again, lots and lots of reclaim, lots and lots of rocks and whatever else is around the map. These rocks definitely are interesting and big, to say the least. We have engineers scurrying around the map. We have Aurora and Spirits building up for some units. We have Randy Savage pushing in, and Hoppy continuing to reclaim as fast as his comm can possibly muster. We already have a couple of Swift Winds outbound from Team 1's Ruling, so sprinted to T2 Tech there. Shield started for Rekather. Interesting, he goes for shield, not range, not speed, not sensor package, not even in chrono dampener. He's going for shield first, which is definitely the abnormal upgrade to start off with. We have Gun started for Hoppy as well. Team 1's forces are inbound. Randy killing off the first 2 of the 4 positions here. Reclaim is going to be favoring Team 1 in the middle for now, and Gun is progressing quite nicely. Lord Fappington is inbound. We have a couple of gunships now harassing the remaining forces for Lord. Not looking great there. Getting a nice little bit of AoE splash from those Spectre gunship shots. We do have some forces from Rekather going in and around the comm of Mint. Looks like they've hit a cliff here, so they can't continue northward. They can try to go this way. There's a lot of reinforcements inbound this way and this way, so good luck with that. Might as well pull them back. We do have a small outpost in the southwest for Rye Guys, just getting a little bit of reclaim. Again, a little bit always helps. Advanced ranges started here for Rekather, already done with the range upgrade. Of course, he went for the harder upgrade of the shield first to keep him alive longer, I guess. Gun started for Lasas in the northeast. Nano Repair started for Hoppy. And now Team 2's off-kilter has actually fallen back and now moved to the middle of the map to push that vector. So it looks like Team 2 prioritizing a little bit more of the middle of the map. Gunships continuing to rain in from Team 1's Ruling, and they're going after the mexes for Lord Fappington. And he's not looking too hot. We do see the gunships are slowly being shot down by interceptors and AA emplacements, but they've killed off a couple of mexes already. It's really driving that eco downward. Speed started on Rekather. Look at how fast that thing is blitzing up. Getting some engineer assistance to really expedite that upgrade. Man, that's a very fast Aeon Sniper Commander mini-tank for sure. Didn't go for the advanced shield or heavy shield because, I mean, it would just take a little bit longer. It does cost a lot of power. Gun started for Hyper in the back of his base. Gun for Lasas is almost done. Northeast, it is a splattering of not only reclaim but also mountains, so traversing it is difficult. There are multiple avenues to enter and exit, so definitely going to be one of those harder positions to hold. May not be worth it long term to stay there. Maybe just a couple of radar and AA emplacements, but maybe nothing too critical for either team. Gunships going after the remaining forces from Lord Fappington again. He's just getting bullied this game by Team 1's Air from Ruling. I would assume, yep, T3 Air is online for Team 1 at 10 minutes. T3 Air almost online, working online for Hyper. T2 started for T3 for Blarg as well. So 3 air players for Team 2 for Twitchy Mofo. Makes me think maybe a tertiary one. No, just T2 land for Sock Full of Kids. Looks like his comm might be slowly making his way southward. Lots of forces inbound from Rekather, really just spreading all of those pink forces around the map. Sensor package started here for Randy, done with shield. A lot of comms going for shield pretty early, which is interesting. We have range started for off-kilter. Maybe he's going to go for shield. And we do see Blazes ripping apart all of those tinfoil Aurora, making sure they have no hit points remaining, even the few that they do have. Again, Team 1 forces engaging. We have no combi-com action as of yet. It's been gunships, it's been T1 units, but it hasn't been combi-com action as of yet. Western side of the map, Mint Alex starting to be surrounded. We have, again, Rekather's very upgraded commander inbound from Mint Alex's non-upgraded commander, so not looking good there. Getting some T1 PD online, which will help him out a little bit, but I don't even know if they see him. Nope, they don't see him, which means he is going to be a surprise, and that is going to hurt. And that he might be the first killed off. We will see. We'll keep track of that here for a moment, because, again, that comm is inbound, and it doesn't look like he's stopping anytime soon. The advanced range upgrade really opened those forces back. We have transport inbound with more units. Looks like engineers. But that glob of reclaim, Team 1 760, Team 2 700 mass income. Not looking good for Team 2's eco for now. Again, only 11:38 on the clock, but again, that reclaim really kicking in, 94 to 80. We do have Hyper inbound with that gun comm, at least at a bare minimum. Going to drop right on top of Alex's commander. First comm action goes between Reckitter and Mint. Hyper does come in with a Nano and T2 upgraded commander. Mint is going to get completely ripped apart. Hyper focusing on the units, Reckitter focusing on the comm. The Nano really going to keep that comm alive. Bombers inbound from Reckitter. That is going to hurt. Even if they're Team 1, it's going to hurt a lot. He does avoid some of the damage, but not a lot of it. AA coming in to clean out some of the bombers, but again, he's walking right up to a wall. He's got to go east. It's not going to matter because there he goes. And Team 1 suffers the first loss of the game. First blood goes to Hyper, heavily assisted by Reckitter there, and it's now a 7v6 in Team 2's favor at 12.5 minutes. We do see Team 1 pretty much has control of the middle of the map. Team 2 continuing to just try to get some work in, but can't seem to really break through. Team 2, PD, and of course the engineering suite online for Randy, as well as the sensor package for some vision in that section of the map. And this is what Team 1 can see. They can see where the comm is for now, and a majority of his forces hanging out over there. T3 air is online, T3 air is online, T3 air is online. A massive air grid going down for Twitchy. He is spamming that thing up. Look at all those facilities being built all at once. Team 1, how's your air grid going? Nothing with the expansion, small expansion, and that's it. Team 2 is going to really hammer out some air forces here shortly. And Reckitter is not done. He is engaging the forces of Sock Full of Kids because, well, it would make sense to give Mint Alex's base to the player that's right, well, technically the closer one there, but technically also right there next to the base. PD being built. I don't think it'll stop Reckitter's comm, especially if Hyper comes to assist. Well, he's leaving, so he's not going to go to assist, but looks like he came in to get a kill or help get a kill, and then went, it's fine. I'll go back to base. Maybe he's going to build a nuke. That's usually his strategy. We'll see if that ends up playing out for him or not. We have Blazes versus Blazes. Bigger force for Team 1, small force for Team 2. Not looking good there. We do have a Hoppy Boy running out with Nano online, pushing into the forces for Lord Fappington. And Reckitter being bullied by the T2 PD. His shield is gone, getting underneath some assisting asylums. Couple of bombers are inbound. They are still Team 1s, but again, they are going to kill off some hit points from Sock Full of Kids. Maybe make him rethink things, maybe, but shielding is back online, and Sock Full of Kids will keep that position online for a little bit longer. Building GS for the run by, or gunships. Yes, that's what that means. Northeastern side, Nano started here for Team 2 Sanoman, which means he has stealth and he has gun on board. We have forces inbound from Lasas pushing in that way. His T3 land headquarters very far forward, I might add, but hey, it cuts down on travel time a little bit. Bombers thinning out the herd in the northeast for Team 2. Lots of Team 1s in this game, really just hammering out the spammability of those things. Hyper now going to assist with off-kilter's forces after helping out with Reckitter's stuff. And Transport does take some damage, but he does get out of there. Again, it's Gun Nano and T2 on board. Overcharge kills off a couple of units there. He's up to almost 2-star vet. Lots of blazes here. Looking too great. It will help a ton. Here comes off-kilter. He's like, okay, wait, I'll come back and assist. Never mind. And no Harbingers yet in this force. Hyper's just going straight in the middle of it. He might just try to be tanking as much of the damage as possible. And we do see some even songs getting hit. Again, it is blazes. They do a lot of, not a lot of damage, honestly. Doesn't say a lot, but they fire a lot, but not a lot of damage per shot. So it takes a while. Again, very much like not blazes, but bricks. But bricks do more damage because they're T3 versus T2. But it's the same concept of just shower your enemy with bullets, and eventually they'll just keel over for the 1,000, cuts or whatever. We have bricks, coming online for Sock Full of Kids. and also some Harbingers. We do have the Calm of Hoppy. He's hopping back and forth here. There's the joke. I was going to make the comment at some point. Missiles inbound for, who's that? That's Sanoman's base to the east. 1 mech is down, 2 mechs is down, 3 mechs is down, maybe 4. And he's hanging out over there with Nano on board. Looks like the game kind of dying down a little bit. Players getting a lot of their T3 forces either done or being built up or whatnot. We do see, again, more and more stuff being built by Twitchy Mofo as a gunship online, producing some more as we speak. Kind of surprised he's not the like the ASF producing facility. We have restorers to the east, so we have ASFs not really being the focus of Team 2. We have gunships and gunships. That's really about it. Hyper, is he producing ASFs? He's just engineers. So we have gunships here, we have gunships here, and engineers over here. No ASFs from anybody, I guess. Now there's a couple still, but not the focus, I guess. I just think it's funny. It's not a typical strategy, but hey, if it works, why break it? Shield Heavy started here for Rekather on board, and that's going to give him another 17,000 hit points. Lots of hit points to play with. We do have maybe a little bit more Combicom action. Sanoman engaging with his bricks. Looks like Lasas might be hitting him with some Percy's here in a moment. And no, it's Gun, Shield, and T2 versus Nano and Gun. So favors the Team 2. We have Restorers engaging some ASFs from Team 2. Looks like most of the ASFs from Team 1 have been eliminated. Same with Team 2, but the Restorers are fine. And, of course, Interceptors, but they're not really going to do a whole lot for either team. So a little bit of an air victory for Team 1, but, again, not by much. I love Resto, says Ruling. They are a really good unit, again, with air units. Ground units, and you could say the same thing with broadswords. Really good against ground units, but air units not the great thing. But, hey, it's the best of both worlds. We have the best AA gunship, and then we have the best air-to-ground gunship on Team 2, and they are being produced simultaneously, so there's a strategy to what Team 2 is up to. We'll see if it gets deployed well, or if it works, or if it doesn't work, or something in between, or something. Something hopefully happens. Western side shield now done. There it goes. And gun range started on board. Stock for the kids. He has the sensor also on board. So again, a little bit of some sensor bubbles for Team 1, making sure that they have a little bit more knowledge about what Team 2 is up to. Again, both teams have access to Billy Nukes. Both teams have access to some telemasers, because Team 1 still has Rye Guys, and Lasas, and Team 2, of course, has everybody else. We have the Restorers continue to be a little bit pushed back by Team 2, but they are getting chewed up by Hyper's ASF, so he's the one producing ASF. Same thing with Blarg. Again, it's not that many, because it also is only 18 minutes on the clock, to be fair, but they are chewing through the Restorers decently quickly. We have some more ASFs inbound from Rye Guys. I got the mask now. Yeah, I switched on 6 brick factories. Shouldn't be long. Says Sock full of kids. Advanced range also started for him on board that commander. We have Team 2 deploying their own Restorers. Sanoman getting a little bit pushed back by Lasas. Team 1 continuing to make small gains in the middle of the map. Definitely diminishing returns there. But they are making progress. They are making a lot of progress in the eco. 1.6 to 1.3. Not even 20 minutes on the clock, which just goes to show all of that reclaim. A lot of it got put into eco. And again, Team 1 barely in the lead for eco, but I think it was the initial eco from that reclaim that definitely set Team 1 ahead, at least for not reclaim, but mass per second per now. We've advanced. Ooh, a little spicy. We have the splash already done on board Hyper 2001 and Calm, which means he might be going after somebody. There are 3. Well, there's actually realistically 5 targets to go after with a transport. He's not going to get to Ruling's position. I highly doubt that. Oh, look, ASFs. Not ASFs, ASFs. Bombers. That is an air facility. I thought that was a ground facility. That is not a ground facility, apparently. So there's 3 T3 air headquarters on Team 1 and Team 2. So, hey, look at that. And transport picks up the comm with the advanced nano on board. He's going east. I think he might... Again, it is super risky going for Lasas because he is definitely surrounded by some assistance. We have Randy Savage falling back. We have Hoppy Boy right here in the front. There's a couple of PD emplacements and more artillery coming on the way, so maybe he's a target. Oh, and it's... you might be going for Lasas. We have the western side, Recruiter, and the forces from Sock Full of Kids getting pretty close to one another and still poking and prodding at one another. Transport is spotted by Team 1. I think that's what the ping is for. And looks like Hyper is going to drop his comm right next to Santa Man, maybe for some reclaim, but again, he's putting a target on himself. Restore says ruling, talking about the ones from Blarg. Western side, we have the forces engagement from Sock Full of Kids and Recruiter. There's a couple of bricks and a decent amount of Harbingers, not that many Harbingers for Recruiter. He's got to start falling back. He has the shield heavy on board, which will give him more protection, but again, bricks can chew through that, and with Harbingers pretty quickly. And he is getting a lot of veterancy here. He's now up to 5 stars at 14,000 mass skilled and climbing. No more additional hit points, but he will survive a little bit longer because of him. I want to keep track of Hyper's comm, and he's assisting with Santa Man's push to the east. Recruiter, how you looking? His shield is gone. He's being overwhelmed. And Overcharge kills off another brick. He won't get a boost in hit points, like I said. Must have been making experimental, says Sock Full of Kids. Lol, says Recruiter, and there he goes. Was he right? He was not, I don't think. But it is now Harbs kept making a blind for my comm. Or just 3 of them rammed. Oh, yeah, he got booped a lot. Yeah, that doesn't help. It looks like Twitchy will gain control of that base. We do see GC just rammed through this base. He's going westward to clean out the PD in the middle. And Hyper is continuing to push. Well, no, it is a 6v6, just so that everybody is aware. If they are not fully paying attention, or if you're listening to it kind of like a podcast, it's, the death of Recruiter has happened, so it's 6v6 now. Tied up game. We do have Lasas on a T3 upgrade. We just to spot bricks near the base. They've killed off the shielding. They haven't gone after Lasas just yet. Again, Hyper has the splash gun online, and he is a force to be working with, dealing with hundreds of hit points a second of damage. GC has ripped through the middle of the base here from Team 1. Opens a pathway for Lord Fappington's forces. And Hyper and Santa Man continuing to thin out the bricks and the Percys from Team 1. Looks like it's mainly just Percys at this point, but there were a few bricks in there. And Lasas, he's still doing it. Hey, props to that guy for not leaving, but I don't know. You might need to leave. Team 2's forces continuing to push in again. Not that many bricks for Team 2, but hey, it's something. Maybe Team 1 is just strict. I thought I saw a brick or 2 in here. Maybe I was mistaken. And Hyper, does he even know the comm is there? He does know the comm is there. Oh, it's just waiting. He's at 4-star vet working on his 5th. We have Santa Man working on his 5th. And western side, again, it's now double base for those western players. Twitchy has double base, and Sock has double base. Again, with the double eco heavily focused on land, I mean, he was going to get overrun eventually anyways, but, I mean, he did stay there as long as possible, talking about Recruiter there. Overcharge comes in, cleans up the rest of that mess there from the reclaim and whatnot. Hyper is now getting focused down by some Percys. Again, he has Vance Nano. 50,000 hit points, and he's at 250 hit points a second regen, which means a Percy shot will affect him, but not as bad as it could be, to be honest. And bombers will come in, some T1s, drop them into the yellow. Should be back in the green here momentarily. And we have some Cougars running around for Team 1 as well. And all those forces try to cover for the sauces come, and they will. They will take heavy losses, though, just from these 2 commanders. Both of them either at 5 stars or very gosh darn close. GC in the middle of the map. 3-star vet, 50,000 mass killed and climbing. And Team 1, are you planning anything big? Because that middle's not looking good. The east is not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. And T3 is now almost done for Lasas. Going to build some engineering drones. And then, of course, the Fat Boy right after that. Western side, more air grid for Team 1. Shielding going down. That's probably going to be artillery, given the configuration and the shielding already being there. And we have a chicken coming online for Team 1's middle player of Hoppy. Nuke? No Nuke yet. He's getting some mass. Looks like he also has this mix for whatever reason. Don't know why he has that one, but no idea. It's still the comms with Sanoman and Hyper are there on the northeast. Again, the longer they stay there, the more likely they will get sniped. We had those strats from Team 1. Don't know where they went. I don't know if they got shot down trying to go after something for Team 2, but it doesn't really look like Team 2 was realistically affected by it. I don't see any major rebuilding efforts or anything, so who knows. And Hyper continuing to just face Percy's down the barrel and will just not stop. 18,000 mass killed and climbing. Sanoman's now still not up to 10,000 mass kill, but he's getting there. He's 9.7. He's just one Percy kill would be more than enough. Bombers inbound for engineers. Not the comm, not anything else. Just the engineers for reclaim, I guess. Because Team 1 really wants that reclaim. We have 1.6 million mass accrued for Team 1, 1.5 for Team 2, and Team 1 still in the lead, but not by much in terms of total mass per second. We do have Lasaz, again, still trying to stay online in that base. He's getting shot at by some missile launchers now. Team D now online dealing with those. Take these, says Sox. For Team 1, I think is what he's talking about. Don't know who, because it's in Allies chat, but yeah. We have lots of restorers being built up in the middle. Did those broadswords just get... No, they're inbound. Don't know what they're doing. And GC is inbound. Both comms are retreating. Do they see it, or do they just... Yeah, they see it. It is inbound, and guess who it is going for now. Percy's are moving in. Vision is now on Hyper 2001's commander. Overcharge kills off another Percy. He is dropping hit points. He's staying alive a lot longer because of the 250 regen, but again, 1,000 of anything in case infinite damage potential. Laser focus on Hyper 2001 will be the death of him. Transport was going to try to pick him up. Good luck with that. He's now gone. Even if it did try to pick him up, the comm could have got grabbed technically by the GC, who can grab ground units. And yes, technically a transport with a comm on board on the ground counts as a ground counts as a ground unit. And now Sanoman, he's going to be the double kill meal for that GC. Oh, dropping hit points. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and there he goes. 26 minutes on the clock, and a double kill has occurred. Team 1 drops in from being a tied game to being in the lead. I should say raises maybe. It's now a 6v4 in favor for Team 1 for the first time in the game. And that is going to severely change up the landscape for Team 2. We have quad base for Hyper, probably double base for Kilter, I would imagine. We could even see maybe a double base for Blarg, maybe. Just give them both air grids and call it a day. We have restorers being built, and we have a nuke being loaded for off Kilter. Team 2 surging into the middle. Just took one GC to punch on through. We'll see if Team 2 can duplicate over here. GG 2 for 1 special, baby, says Randy. It was nice. Didn't see it. Yeah, by the time he saw it, it was way too late. Even if he did some overcharges, it wouldn't have been enough. Broadswords coming in, wiping out the AA. We have a couple of ASFs. They're going to get thinned out. Team 1, I mean, they have the APM. Team 2 might go in defense mode and go full turtle. We'll see what they end up building. Maybe some satellites, maybe some artillery, game enders. We already know a nuke's done, so that'll be most of it. And the ASFs from Team 2 just get annihilated by Team 1. It didn't look like Team 1 had a lot of ASFs, but oof. And now the gunships are getting wiped out. I mean, they were already, some of them heavily damaged because the AA they flew over, but, you know, there's only so much. Maybe the ASFs from Team 1. Oh, the engagement's not great. There's a lot of flak here for Team 2. It's back and forth. Not great. Both of them lost severely. And GC is wiped up by the Mega. Didn't really scratch the new paint, I guess, on board that thing. Eastern side, we have that GC, the double kill GC, now running into the base once belonging to Sanoman. GC inbound from Team 2 to intercept. And it's going to do some work, that Oh, there's an Awasup. Oh, that's from Team 2. It's going to land right on top. Pigeon's going to blow up. T3 landed corners is going to blow up. That's not fun, but it was going to probably die anyways. And that is the only player for Team 2. Or see, he was the only player that had Cybern Tech, so they might lose access to Cybern technology here at 28 minutes unless they stored an engineer or two somewhere. Mexes are all dead. Team 2 is losing eco. It's 2.5 to 2.1 in favor for Team 1. Not looking good if you're rooting for Team 2. And how's that nuke going? It is almost loaded. Team 1 probably has SMDs everywhere. One there. There isn't one there. That might be a good target. Kind of a little bit of revenge. We have no SMD there. That's super unfortunate. SMD there. SMD there. Yeah, I know I'm missing the rest of the GC, but I mean, it has a walk before it gets anywhere near Team 2's additional bases. And SMD there. And it's loaded. Not one back there, but that one's close enough. I would like to see a backup in that base. This would also be a good target. Just kill off mass. Oh, he did build an SMD. Never mind right here. That was just newly minted. So, it's a long distance SMD. You know, it's not in the main base, but it's a satellite office. It's a satellite office for the main office. But it still does good work, though. We have Fat Boy claiming some space for the engineers to scoop up. We have Chicken, GC, Megalith. I almost said Monkey Lord because it's an M. Because they both start with M. They couldn't do like a crab. But technically the M kind of looks like the crab. If you looked at it kind of face on, it kind of has that kind of look. I mean, it's kind of a big hump, so it kind of looks like this with a big hump on it. But I mean, it's kind of like that. You just take out the hump and there's the M. And Nuke is inbound straight down the middle, but the SMD is loaded. That is a dead Nuke. Should have gone after maybe a more secure target. SMD loaded, says Right Guys. Sandman says SMD. Just saw that one. And they're going to start really pinpointing all of them. Yes, okay, good, says Right Guys. They're like, whoo, that could have been bad. Bomb drops right on top of the forces. Smart call, not going after the Mega. Goes after everything else that was near it. Gets all of those kills secured. And actually a lot of the AA killed. Because the gunships are going to do probably most of the work, to be honest. Here comes another couple of broadswords. Here comes another shot. Our star survived a little bit longer than normal. Usually these die off maybe 1-2 passes. But this one's on its maybe third, maybe at a minimum. Because we saw at least one that way. Probably another one that way. We have ASFs engaging once again. Team 1 and Team 2 just not letting each other build up a whole bunch of ASFs. But great engagement by Twitchy, just nipping at the heels of Team 1's Right Guys. Right Guys goes, okay, fine. And then as Twitchy goes to turn, and then wipes out the ASFs from Blarg. Oof. Yeah, that was an oof for sure. I don't know if I had anything to do with saying oof, but maybe. I don't know. Adding to the, just the nomenclature of the game, I guess. No SMD, says Hyper. Yeah, that's kind of important for that thing. No sound, by the way, so let me know if a nuke fires. So this lost. It always sucks to have, audio issues. 'Cause, yeah, I mean, the game doesn't super rely on it. But there are a few things like nukes that you might want to know just in case your comm doesn't move and it gets blown up. So, Donut online. ASFs continuing to engage. Team 1 pressing the advantage. We have more ASFs from Blarg and some restorers as well from Ruling. And also those are the main ASFs from Right Guys. Of course, the YOLO is in the yellow. It's progressing pretty quickly. Again, Twitchy's on triple base. 1,000 mass per second. He's got to spend it on something. And it's definitely efficient if you can start launching some nukes at Team 1. Especially if Team 1 isn't prepped for the YOLO. If they're prepped for one nuke, they only need, realistically, one SMD in every location with 2 loaded. That's really all you need. Unless Team 2 is really rapid firing a regular nuke, you don't need more than 1 SMD with 2 loaded. Because then by the time the third one is loaded for the nuke and fires, you'll probably have another SMD missile ready to go. So, just kind of how it is. But ASF's inbound for the for the restores and the ASFs and the donut that's there. They could try to wipe out the donut. No, they're going to go for it. Laser activated. Donut is already heavily damaged, so I guess it would work, but there's a lot of flak here, and they're kind of getting eat up. Oh, no, the flak. Oh, no, they're going to get squished by a donut. Ooh, that's a lot of dead flak for Team 2. That is unfortunate. But the reclaim's on Team 2 side of the map, so not all bad. Not great, but not all bad. And Team 1 continued to pressure this way. How's the YOLO? It's close. Again, there's two things missing, and people probably know what I'm going to say. There's no SMD. There's no shield. Shield more important, actually, at this point. Yeah, there's an SMD there. And there's the only one. Oh, there's one over here, so maybe second. I don't like there's only two for a game ender. They do overlap, so that's good, but still, I don't like it. I like more SMDs, a little bit more, just, one or two extras, just in case. Still no artillery emplacement there. It's still making me think they're going to go for it. Regular nuke is almost loaded. I don't know if they'll fire it immediately. If they do, I mean, they could target this base and wipe it completely off the map. They can try to target the nuke that doesn't have its own SMD. What? I just noticed that. Not okay. Is it almost? And it's almost loaded. Oh, no. Why no SMD? I mean, it could have gotten sniped, but still, he's building an Omni, and you're not building an SMD. Gunships moving in. ASFs, there are few in number for Team 1, but they are there. ASF, they see the gunships. They go, ooh, that's a nice little bit of, they killed one. Oh, the gunships go back, and they go, okay, we made a mistake. No, there's ASFs there. The Awasa bomber is inbound for something. I don't know if this is wise. The ASFs, they are getting thinned out. That's a lot of AA, though, underneath there for Team 1. There's also restorers there nearby. They clip one ASF, I think, in that explosion. And ASF's not really pushing in to wipe out the remaining ASFs from Team 1. A little bit hesitant on that front. Again, this is the problem with having multiple players on, I mean, in this game, both teams, but some games, one team, you have ASFs, I have ASFs, we're not coordinating with one another. And, one player turns right, one player turns left, and it just throws everything off. Honestly, unless you want to keep a small contingent for maybe base defense or just have that, back and forth constantly, just give the majority over to one player, have him micro the ASFs, he's microing the gunships, he's focused on that. So, kind of divvy up the responsibilities just a little bit, and it just makes it easier. It really just does to have all ASFs underneath one player. Even if you want to coordinate all the ASFs and then all one gunship, kind of thing, it's better, but sometimes it doesn't work because one player pulls out and then the gunships get wrecked. So, I mean, I don't know. Every player is different. Every game is different. So, there's no rote meta of you have to do this and you have to do this. There's a lot of counters and counter-counters and whatnot. Still no nuke launch from Team 2. Still no nuke launch from Team 1. And honestly, it is unfortunate because the longer the game goes on, Team 2 might notice they don't have an SMD. And they haven't built one yet there. And it's kind of bugging me. And again, you don't have to put it right next to the nuke. You put it like right here. I don't know, the same shielding is fine. Speaking of nuke, it is launching. It's going for the forces. And the Awasa bomber will drop a payload. It does make it out of there just barely with 4,500 hit points. It does some damage. Not a lot. ASFs for Blog are eliminated. Gunships going after the chicken again. Chicken will die. The broadswords kill very, very quickly. Even the ASFs got there now. It doesn't matter. There goes the chicken. They dealt with that. The Fat Boy threat, though, is worrisome. Oh, there goes the nuke. Kaboom! It does actually land on the target. And nuke is inbound from Team 1. Guess where it's going? Off kilter. You got to move. It's going to blow you up here in about 2 seconds. The YOLO is done, and it is loading. Oh, nuke lol, says Lasauce. Going to nuke the nuke. Poetic Justice. Oh, look, a bunch of mercies. Hey, look at them. They are very high up because they're landing on top of the head of that GC. And don't really see those much because of, well, that. You don't see them because of that. Yeah, it's like mercies. What? Another nuke inbound, this time from Team 2, Super Nuke. And it's going to the middle. It's going to thin out all of the everything. Nuke is inbound. There goes off kilter. Boom! Oh, they went after the nuke. They got the comm. I think that was a nice little added bonus. I don't think they were going for the comm. They could have, but I highly doubt it. Build this, says Off Kilter. They built an SMD now. Way too late on that front, but hey, at least they built it. We have GCs inbound. There's a lot of GCs from Team 1. There's 5 of them. 3 of them on the front lines right there. We have 3 GCs for Team 2, though. There goes the first nuke. Wipes out a soothsayer, wipes out some power, but Team 1's going to be aware of that. 3 GCs here, says Off Kilter. There go the GCs from Blarg. One of them kind of hard to shoot the everything with the big giant mountain in the way. That's a YOLO, says Right Guy. He's like, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that's a big hole on the middle of the map there. SMD is twice loaded, so maybe it would have been destroyed if the YOLO went for that, but it would have been close at a bare minimum. Oh, that GC just got left to die. That's unfortunate. Another nuke inbound, and Team 2 is going to keep launching him and launching him and launching him. Again, get those SMDs protected, loaded, double loaded, triple loaded, quadruple loaded for Team 2 and Team 1. Honestly, they don't know where the YOLO is. They might have an idea. They may think it's here. There's an artillery actually right there, and it's half built. I mean, the artillery is nice, but I think it would have been better to just finish the YOLO, honestly. Get that done sooner, get the nukes out sooner kind of thing. It's all about time. The sooner you build the thing, the less time your opponent has to prepare. Less time to prepare, most likely you're going to win. Most likely you're going to win. You know, it adds up. It adds up after a while. Into Robo Sarah and Sarah from Cybrin Shields. Sorry, what? Into Robo Sarah and Cybrin SACUs. That's the plan. Okay, I guess he's going to do that. We'll see if that works or not. Another YOLO inbound. It's targeting. Yep, there's the western base. Both SMDs are depleted. And there are some GCs waiting on the action from Twitchy. I will note that it is now a 6v3. It is a 2-to-1 advantage from Team 1 Slow Bro. Push up mid. I mean, that could work. Gunships are inbound, but there's a lot of AA, and the Cougars are like, you're getting nowhere near there. Those broadswords are DOA, because they're pretty much dead on arrival. Oh, there's the ASFs from Team 1. We have tons of gunships. Ooh, that's a lot of Aeon gunships. A lot of restorers. Ooh, that's a lot of them. There goes the nuke. It's going to wipe out the frontline facility, the Omni, a whole bunch of stuff. Not a lot of massive infrastructure. The Cybrin headquarters, though, will be lost. That'll be unfortunate, but Team 1 does have Varai guys in the back that can build more Cybrin tech. Looks like a flight plan has been filed with the FAA. They're going south and then east. Oh, and then they go, oh no. But again, they are AA, so I don't think they'll win the fight. They might win it, but they'll take heavy casualties on top of that. So it might not be worth it. This is when the ASFs from Blarg could come in and just really add to the mix. But the ASFs are just sitting there for Team... Sorry, the gunships are sitting there for Team 1, letting the ASFs fly by them. Another nuke is inbound from the YOLO of Twitchy Mofo. Twitchy Mofo continuing to fire those things out. Where is this one going? There's 7 GCs there from Team 1. That's a lot of GCs. Dang. We have SMDs constantly being built, or is that AA? Those look like AA emplacements. Those are AA. Okay, I was like, a little bit smaller for SMDs. Nuke is going where? Did it already get shot down? I don't... Oh, there it is. It's literally staring in front of my face. SMDs, a lot of them, and a Scathus that's almost done. Oh... That's 1, and that's 2. One more will be enough. And we do see shield being built on Twitchy Mofo's comm. And Meta fired at that same location. Does he know about the Scathus' existence, or is it just... No, he's just firing at it to fire at it. Okay, well, you know, that might be a nice little lucky play there. Novak says Sanoman. Probably talking about Team 1. Nuke mid says Off Kilter. That's a lot of nukes. Another nuke is inbound. Not the same location. The Scathus might finish. Ooh, that might be a good one. And that is where intelligence would have probably... Maybe not won Team 2 the game, but definitely would have helped a ton. That Scathus is going to finish. There was 1 SMD loaded there. There's one about to be loaded. It was not going to be loaded in time for sure, even with the heavy assistance. It might have been close, but that nuke is already over there. Yeah, it's already past where that nuke needed to fly, to be honest. 1 SMD shot, 2 SMD shot, 3 SMD shot. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Wasting another SMD missile is always a good thing for the other team that has to launch the nukes. Satellite is done and flying overhead from the sauce. And we have... Oh, that's going to be a mess of a nonsense. But I'm going to take a look at these YOLO for a brief momentary lapse in judgment to watch this YOLO fire. Maybe another nuke. Got to fire it immediately, ladies and gentlemen, because the longer you wait, less nukes go out, means less and less damage that can be done. But, you know, it's just the way of things. He's focused on so much. He's land incursioning this way. We have 3 GCs inbound. We have the 7 from Team 2. And we have some gunships that tried to move in and got denied. There's 2 GCs. That Scathis is almost done. If they can kill off some Pigeons and some SMDs, that would be a great win for Team 2. Even just seeing the thing would be a win at a bare minimum. Unless Team 1 builds a backup one somewhere, which I highly doubt they did. Yep, highly doubt it. SMD is spotted by Sanoman, and there's the pings. There they are. Pigeons going down. That's a couple of SMDs dead. That one's going to grab the rest of them. Look at the pings. They're targeting that. Oh, you got to target that other SMD. Nukes are inbound. Not nukes. Nukes. Strats are inbound. Nuke is inbound? No? 94% para says ruling. And, oh, there it is. The Paragon. We have 3 of the 4 game enders have made their appearance. Will we see number 4? Oh, please do. You have a Paragon. Might as well build a Maywar. Come on. Come on. You won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. But, you know, like I can dream. The Scathis was denied entirely. That is unfortunate. Give mix is up once para is done. There it is. Team 2 unaware of the Paragon. And that's going to help fuel all of the SMDs, all of the everything. Transfer all the SMDs over, transfer the everything over. That's a lot of little section of SMDs there for Team 1. And that artillery piece is inbound. Oh, the shields come back online at the nice moment because these 3 would definitely have died. And the donut lands on top of that base, wipes out a ton of defenders. And we have an explosion. SACUs teleporting in to kill off the shielding. And I don't know why they targeted the shielding specifically. But satellite. Yeah, that's why. We have shielding being built immediately by Team 2's Twitchy. Here comes the satellite. Still targeting the air grid. Could have killed, not maybe killed off the YOLO, but could have done some damage in trying to prevent construction of more shielding at a bare minimum, or at least just annoy him. Spam way more engineers, says Sock, and like 80 factories making restorers. You got to spend that mass as fast as possible. 2.4, that's half. Spend more than that. You got to spend 5K mass. Come on, let's go. Get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Rye guys being sent mass. Ruling's like, I can't just give you all my mass. I don't need it. Another nuke inbound from Team 2. And there it is. It's heading northwest. Where did all those GC go? Oh, they went over that way. Why are they going that way? Why can't we have a big GC war? GC fight. Come on. 3 SMD, says Sanoman. Artillery landing still. Looks like satellites at the target. And bomber once again dropping a payload. That's a very much delayed payload. Jeez. And there goes the bomber. Not shot down yet. SMD is enough. This one has 0 left. These ones have 0. Oh, there's 1 almost loaded in that one. So that one might be enough, but those Novaxes aren't going to last much longer. Another donut is done. Another one about to be built. Bomber does eventually land, very much delayed. But, I mean, it's on Team 2's side of the map, so there's the reclaim. 5,000 mass for Team 1. And I think for Team 2, there's just so many targets to go after. He doesn't even know about the Paragon. That's just, ooh. Ping is going down, say go for this. And yeah, it's a decent base with, PGens, mass fabs, and whatnot. But there's Novaxes here. There's one almost dead. The artillery is coming in decently well. Here come the 7 GCs. As many GCs as there are in terms of comms in the game. We have 7 over here and 7 over here, and neither of them engaging one another. Just off doing their own thing. We have Fat Boys versus GCs and Fat Boys versus GCs. I guess it's a little kind of poetic there, I guess. They're all doing their same things, different things, but same things, I guess. Nuke's going westward. There's just so many other targets to go after. This would have been killed off. There was one SMD loaded. Everything else was not loaded. It would have wiped out, actually, technically 2 Novaxes, to be honest. I count that second one as essentially being done. GC is starting to catch up to the Fat Boys. One of them is almost dead. Trying to get underneath the shielding of the other one. Survives for a little bit longer. A couple of Percys, but it dies anyways. There's 2, 3 donuts inbound. Yeah, that is the attack order, says ruling. And I think he's talking about like attacking on the go, I guess, is what he's talking about. Maybe. Although they stop for a second. Ooh, he's going to come out of range, maybe. No, he's dead. Donuts falling back. Don't know why they're not engaging. There's not a lot of AA there for Team 1, to be honest. Strats coming out, thinning out that entire horde of Harbingers. Ooh, all those gone. Oof, that's got to hurt. That's a lot of dead Harbingers. That was about, a host or 2 for sure. And 1 GC dead, 2 GC dead for 2 fatties. 1 fatty, 2 fatties? I think 2 fatties. And artillery landing from Team 1. There is a salvation. Second one almost done. Third one has been started. GCs and everything. And that shielding is not going to hold for long. Satellite plus salvation equals not good thing. And 2 salvations is very not good thing. Twitchy has a shield online. YOLO going to fire once again. An explosion. I'm going to go back up north to see what's going on. And looks like SACU is blown up. GCs have breached the perimeter. Those Novaxes are not looking good. Donut is dead. Donut is almost dead. Donut not looking too good. They pushed northward for whatever reason. And one gets by. It's going to crash land on a bunch of SMDs. That might have just been the target all along. Kills off all of them in that clumpage there. That's a nice grab. And 1 GC annihilated by Strats. Nuke, says Sanoman. Talking about the nuke from Team 1. Did they already? They knew where the nuke was. Did they just spot it now? And that seems a little odd. And Strat's just obliterating that GC's hit point. Look at that. It's gone. Just straight up just did not exist. YOLO's going to land right on top of the GCs. 1 is immediately dead. 4 of them trying to scurry away. Not looking great for that one. That one's gone. That one's gone. That one is not gone. So he killed off 3 of them. Hey, that's not that bad. Still, though, probably honestly should have targeted... I don't know. SMD there. It wouldn't have landed. GC still getting obliterated by bombers. That's another dead GC. Pretty much just straight up because of the bombers. That GC is dead. That one is still healthy. 2 megas are inbound. The northern side is collapsing. At least the eastern side is collapsing for Team 1. We have the shielding. Not great. A lot of the engineers are taking that to AoE damage. And second artillery is started here for Blarg. This game is... not looking great for team. Actually, it's not looking good for either team, to be honest. Those straps have finally been dealt with, but they dealt a lot of damage. Oh, that's why I lost air. I stopped making ASF. Oh, that doesn't help. Oh, and the YOLO. Oh, Twitchy, get out of range. Get out of range. It's going to blow you up. Get out of range. YOLO fires one more time. Oh, and there's no way you're going to build a shield in time. There's absolutely no way. You'd have to, like, shield creep to get over there. And actually, I forget how undamaging the salvations are. Like, individually, they don't do a lot of damage per shot, but he gets out of range. That's Twitchy. There he goes. Last nuke. Was it worth it? And it's headed for... I don't know what it's headed. This? Yeah, I guess it would destroy something. I guess to inflict some damage. Backup Paris is ruling. Always build that backup para, because why not? 1, 2, 3, 4 salvations online. And again, that's because the Paragon. Here comes the last YOLO. Kaboom. It did a lot of damage before its death, to be honest, but we have a GC inbound. We have a Fat Boy and 2 Megas turning around to face the GC. That's going to be in favor for Team 1. Even if they just slow it down, it's going to be in favor because all of the everything that's right here. Novaks, leave my Gaddy alone, says Lasauce. Oh, 50,000 mass killed. No. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate, but it happened. Whoa, that was just that dot that went off the map. And Team 2, without the YOLO, that's really all they had. It's Goon. Stop. Just spamming all of the Team 1 Jesters because why not? I mean, a little bit of damage is better than no damage, to be honest. 41. I mean, that it's dropping hit points. 25. It's gonna be close. 15. Oh, he's dead. He is so dead. Here comes the other GC. Yep. How many hit points? You got 10% more, so let's say 10,000. And 1, 2, 3, 4 salvations done. Shielding being built to protect them even further. Kill energy, says Mint. I mean, might as well wipe out the air grids. This one has no shielding. That is definitely a crime at this point. 49 minutes, no shielding on an air grid. Oof. But still, though, it's salvation, so good luck keeping shields online. Especially 4 of them being controlled by 1 player. Good luck to you. Just in general, because good luck with that. My middle mouse is really annoying me right now. I don't know why it's... Like, sometimes the button works. Like, right now, it takes a second to engage. Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, this mouse has been great, but for whatever reason, it's just really giving me a hard time. Maybe, I mean, it is November now, so Black Friday's the thing, so I might... maybe get a new mouse. I like these mice. I use the Razer Barracudas? No, Basilisks. I know, I like the extra buttons on the side. Strats are inbound from Twitchy. Don't know where they're going or what they're dropping or why they're dropping or where they're dropping or where they're going or why they keep going. They're not going to get there. There's a GC on... Why is a GC on top of the salvation? Strats are somehow still alive. They're not going to breach the shielding, though. There's too much. And they're all dead anyways. I think a couple bombs dropped, but... Yeah, 50 minutes on the clock. It's not enough. SMD is down there. They're targeting SMDs. Here comes a nuke. Very efficient. Team 1 wiping out everything else with 1 nuke. Kaboom! And no, the Novaks was not taken out by the satellite specifically. It was not taken out by the nuke. The nuke killed the satellite station, which killed off the satellite. But it kind of did look like that, huh? Didn't it? Blarg, your Tsar versus my 100 Team 1 gunships. Go. Well, you know. There's your team. There's all the Team 1 Jesters running around. And we have a couple of forces trying to go on the left side, but Team 1 sees that. Another Paragon being built. That's number 3. Scathis is done. Hey, the Scathis got done. Where's the Mavor? Where is it? Oh, there's number 2. That one's still not. I'm surprised that it's not done yet at this point. But maybe not enough engineers, maybe. Salvations won't just stop pumping out damage. I'm surprised Team 2 is sticking with it till this long. Scathis fire plus Salvation fire plus Novaxes. Actually, those are dead. Plus everything else on the ground. I mean, we see Team 2 launching whatever they have left at them. But it's not going to matter. A couple of strats. I mean, they'll do some damage to shielding. Maybe wipe out a Pigeon or 2. But even if they kill off the Paragon at this point, there's 2 very close to being done. We have 1 almost in the green and 1 in the green. So, yeah, I think this match is pretty much over at this point. I mean, Team 2 did a very good job. They got the first game ender online, but I think the problem was they weren't... I mean, they focused a little bit, but like, oh, let's attack this base, and oh, let's attack this base. And they gave more time. Also, no intelligence for a while, not knowing that the Paragon exists. Yeah, definitely a mistake there. We have 5 donuts. ready to be eaten. It's not a baker's dozen by any means, but I mean, Team 1 technically has infinite money, infinite mass, and the ASFs are going to start chewing through those donuts like they're whatever your favorite donut is. Again, maple bars and apple fritters are my favorite too. And you can't beat just like a straight original glazed from Krispy Kreme, but still. And oh, look at the drones. The drones got killed off because they count as air units. There goes one. Lots of AA being built. Good luck with that. They're trying to go north and then south. Good luck with that. We have ASF. They see a kill. 2. Land decently close. 3. Kill off some shielding. And they're going to go for the Paragon. They might overshoot it. They don't overshoot it. And they do. They hit it, but don't do a lot of damage. We have 2 bugs running around. The Paragon took a smidgen of damage. Did 2 damage, says Right Guys. Yeah, not a lot. He's still sticking with it. 53 minutes on the clock and climbing. They're not leaving just yet. Look at all the engineers huddling underneath one shielding. It's not worth it. Team 2 is still producing 2,000 mass. Team 1's up to 6 now. How's that Paragon? That Paragon's done. Gives it over to Right Guys. Paragon gifted over to Sock Full of Kids. Love to see it. Everything gifted over to Sock Full of Kids in that regard. Just building because why not? Just build. Thanks, Dad. And explosion happens. Control K from Blarg. And then the rest of Team 2 recalls. Team 1 wins the game, suffers 1 loss at the very beginning of the game, being Mint Alex. I think it was like 12 minutes. I think is when he died off, or when he was killed off, I should say. Team 1 wins the game. MVP, I mean, the guy built the Paragon, and then the guy built all of the other Paragons. So that helps a lot for Team 1, to be honest. But let's rule the Paragon and the YOLO out of it for now. You had the attacks constantly in the east from Lasas. You had back and forth in the middle, so no real victory there. Team 2 did push back eventually. You had Wreckither go after, and Hyper as well, come after, wipe out Mint, and then try to move eastward. But then the GC came and went, So that double kill from that GC definitely set Team 1 up for success. Again, the APM helped massively because, again, if you can perform more actions per minute, theoretically, than your opponent, then theoretically you could win just based on the fact you're making more upgrades, building more units, repairing, reclaiming, doing this, doing that. You are doing more things than your opponent. And maybe sometimes it's not good to do more things, but in majority of the time it is, especially in these games. And it just kind of came down to, Team 2 had a bright spot with the YOLO, and they did some damage, and they got some, lots of it. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them landed at a bare minimum, but Team 1 saw it with enough time because, again, the first one landed here. Maybe if the first one went further in, maybe they wouldn't have noticed it was a YOLO. Maybe they thought it was a regular nuke or something. Maybe that would have made a difference. I don't know, but I think going further in might have been the idea. I know what Twitchy was trying to do. Wipe out the frontline defenses, let the land forces push in, get a little bit further, wipe out the next line, and then kind of, do this kind of line, land, and then eventually just carve a way back to the corner. But sometimes you just got to go back to front and then maybe just kind of sandwich in between with land forces. But again, every strategy, it works sometimes, doesn't work sometimes. There is no one meta thing or 2 meta things or whatever. Everything has a counter, and that counter has a counter, and that counter to the counter to the counter has a counter for that counter to that counter. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed Chaos Saturday. Again, like, subscribe, all those YouTube things. Hype the video. I guess that's a thing now, I guess. But thanks so much for watching to the very end of it. Again, MVP... Right, guys, I don't want to give it just because the Paragon, but again, the Paragon did help a lot. I don't think it was the end-all be-all move, but it did really kind of expedite the end of the game for sure. So thank you so much for watching the very end of the video, and I will see all of you in the next one.